Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and we can't turn back the clock, but in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the top 7 mistakes that many men make, unknowingly adding years to your look. These are just some of the most common things I see that might be making you look older than you actually are. And if you don't care about looking older, then that's totally fine, but this is just some tips for the guys who want it. And I also want to start by saying I am a little bit under the weather. My voice is a little bit raspy. Maybe it's making me seem a little bit older. So now's the perfect time to shoot this video. So I just wanted to give a little disclaimer. If I sound a little different, if I seem a little bit under the weather, it is because I am. So let's get into it. The first thing here that makes men look older is your shoe choices. And now I know this sounds silly and pretty unimportant, and let's be honest, in the grand scheme of things, it totally is. But your shoes could actually be the one element of your outfit that is adding a solid 10 years to your appearance. Now, there are a few different ways that this could be aging you. The first one being just wearing an outdated style. You know, if you're still wearing your square-toe dress shoes that you also wore to prom in 2001, turn off the Nickelback album so you can hear me loud and clear. Get yourself a new pair with a rounded toe. There are many more examples that I could give here, but I don't want to go on and on. Maybe I can do a dedicated video about this. I've definitely done some videos in the past about shoes that men should not wear, so definitely go check that out if you haven't already. I think that will be a good resource for you if you need a little bit of help in the shoe department. Another thing about your shoes that could be making you look older is just inappropriate formality, so wearing things at the wrong time or place. An example here would be wearing a pair of running shoes with a pair of, say, straight leg denim. This is just going to be aging you. This is a mistake I see a lot of men make when it comes to style, and actually the shoe is the one element of their outfit that is just throwing things off a little bit and making you look older than you actually are. So get yourself a nice smart sneaker that can be dressed up a bit more than your typical running shoe or shoe that you would wear to the gym. I would recommend having a separate pair of shoes for that, and then a more stylish type sneaker. If a stylish type sneaker is not your thing, you could also go for a pair of boots, loafers, whatever your heart desires, whatever fits with your personal style. But I would not recommend wearing your running shoes with your jeans, and I do think this tends to make men look a little bit outdated and older. And the next is just going for comfort versus style. You know, even if you do need more arch support and comfort out of your shoes, you don't need to totally neglect the style factor. There are shoes out there that can give you the best of both worlds. Now, I do want to give a little disclaimer here again that if you're someone who only cares about comfort and you are not concerned at all about style, then none of this probably applies to you because you're not someone who cares. This is just for the guys who care and don't want to be aging themselves or looking much older than they actually are. So again, as I always say in my fashion videos, take what you need and leave what you don't. The next thing that is making men look much older than they actually are is not using skincare or wearing SPF. Have you seen the picture of the truck driver who always had one side of his face exposed to the sun on the driver's side window? Yeah, sun damage is real, gentlemen. UV rays from the sun can accelerate skin aging, leading to wrinkles, fine lines, age spots, and sagging skin. And a lack of SPF protection can make these things so much worse. Exposure to the sun without SPF can cause hyperpigmentation and an uneven skin tone, making men look way older than they actually are. Skincare products with antioxidants and SPF can help prevent future damage and maintain a youthful appearance by protecting your skin from any sort of environmental stressors. But aside from just sun damage and not wearing your sunscreen, neglecting proper skincare can make you look older too. Skipping skincare such as moisturizing can result in dry, rough skin that appears aged and lacks vitality. And guys seem to sort of shoot themselves in the foot on this topic, to be totally honest. I think one of the easiest things that a man can do to prevent themselves from looking old too early and to age gracefully is by having a simple skincare routine. Most guys miss this though, and it only takes 2 minutes out of your day with today's sponsor, Tiege Hanley. Tiege Hanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. I recommend starting with their level 1 system, which comes with all of the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with that SPF 20 that we love, and a PM moisturizer. This isn't something you want to put off because prevention is key. Your future self with skin that looks better than every other guy who didn't use skincare or SPF will be thankful. If you want a little something extra for anti-aging, I would also recommend their retinol stick. Tiege wants to make it a no-brainer for you to get started on your skincare journey. So when you click the first link in the description, you'll not only get 30% off of your first box and a free gift, but you'll even get 20% off for life. Also, they just launched 2 new free gifts: a silicone body scrubber. If you've never used one of these before, it is a game changer. I use one myself and it's incredible. The other gift option is their new nail and face grooming kit that includes 4 tools that every man needs in his arsenal. These new gifts are at least a $20 value. So go to the first link in the description and get started on your skincare journey today. The next thing that makes men look older is rogue hair everywhere. Everywhere except your head, most likely, which is unfortunate. As men age, hormonal changes can lead to an increase in the production of DHT, a hormone that can cause hair follicles in certain areas to become more sensitive. This sensitivity can result in the growth of hair in unusual or unexpected places, such as your ears, your nose, your back, all the places we don't really want hair, right? Additionally, genetic factors, lifestyle choices, and overall health can also play a role. And I really think not keeping up with these new rogue hairs that start to sprout on your body can start to make you look a little bit unkempt and age you. So don't forget to keep up with your grooming habits as you age. Nose hair, ear hair, crazy eyebrows, neck beards, all of the above. Making sure these things are taken care of will only add a few minutes to your grooming routine, and I definitely think they are worth doing. Next on my list is worn out clothing. And I am all for buying clothes that stand the test of time and last you many, many years. I am always saying that in my fashion videos, but unfortunately not all clothes are created equal and their age might be starting to show. Worn out clothing can make men look older because it can appear unkempt, faded, outdated. This can contribute to an overall aged or tired look. So just know when it's time to give your clothes a little bit of a refresh and upgrade. Maybe you have some t-shirts that you used to wear all the time out that are now sleep shirts because they just look very faded and worn and tattered, and you can keep the shirt, but just know the time and the place to wear it. I like to go through my closet every season and just get rid of things that I haven't worn. The rule that I follow for myself the majority of the time is that if I haven't worn it in over a year, it's time to get rid of it, right? There have been times when I've gone through my closet and I still have things in there from high school or college, and the reality is that I'm not going to wear that anymore. So just know when it's time to move on and get rid of some of your things. I also really like giving my clothes a second life by donating them and giving them to someone else who could really need them. So win-win. Okay, the next thing that makes men look older is clinging to their youth. You know, if you're 40 and still wearing clothes from high school, I think it's time to retire them. The shiny basketball shorts, the tank tops from PacSun, they've got to go. Again, take what you need and leave what you don't here, but if you're coming from my personal opinion, I think men look so much better when they dress appropriately for their age and wear things that flatter them and just enhance their overall appearance. I think men clinging to their youth or wearing trends excessively can sometimes make them look older because trying too hard to adopt youthful styles can come across just a bit inauthentic, right? It can draw attention to the effort being made to appear younger, which can ironically highlight your age instead. It reminds me of when women, or just celebrities in general, I think there are many men who have done this as well, get too much plastic surgery and it just makes them look so much older when the whole point of the surgery was probably to make them look younger, and it ends up just doing the complete opposite because it highlights all these things about yourself that would otherwise go sort of unnoticed, and just kind of draws attention to the fact that you're trying to look so much younger and putting so much effort into it. So we are all going to age, and I think there are so many ways that we can do that gracefully and naturally, instead of trying to change everything about ourselves or cling to our youth. You know, it's okay to get older, and I think that's something that more people need to realize. And again, men or women who are clinging to their youth too much ends up just making them look older at the end of the day. The next thing is not accepting your gray hair. I'll be honest, I think gray hair is so sexy, and the majority of the time it looks so much better when men just embrace it instead of attempting to cover it up. Especially if you're dyeing your hair yourself, I think box dye can often, not always, but sometimes look really unnatural and harsh. The chemicals also don't work in your favor and can cause damage to your hair or even hair loss or thinning, which definitely doesn't make you look any younger either. Now, you're going to do what you want to do regardless, but I thought it might be helpful or reassuring to hear from a woman that gray hair is so sexy on men and you do not need to dye your hair, I promise. My husband is starting to get more gray hair and I am obsessed. So don't dye it. I promise the gray hair looks great. Again, do what you want at the end of the day, but I just thought it might be nice to hear from a woman. We love that gray hair. And the next thing is no effort. I think just an overall approach of no effort can definitely make you look like you've sort of given up. I know as we get older, we have more responsibilities and have less time to be all consumed by ourselves or the way that we look, which honestly sometimes is a good thing. I don't think it's healthy to be consumed by the way that you look, but I think it is still so important to take care of yourself from the inside out. Not even for vanity reasons, but just for your overall health and well-being. So make sure you're fueling your body with nutritious foods, prioritizing staying active, putting effort into yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. I think it is so important to continue taking care of yourself as you get older, and this often just leads to a better quality of life for longer as well. Now, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you can't take pride in your appearance and show up for yourself. So be healthy, stay active, and prioritize your health from the inside out. I also wanted to throw in a little bonus tip at the end here. This won't apply to everyone, which is why it's a bonus. If you're someone who wears glasses, I think the frames that you choose can make such a difference, partially because it's on your face and it's one of the first things that people notice about you. But I've seen people choose frames that just age them like crazy. There's this trend over on TikTok at the moment where people are posting videos and asking the people on TikTok how old they look. I've seen a few where I was absolutely shocked by the age of the person because the eyeglass frames that they were choosing were making them look legitimately 20 years older. So just a little thing to note here, if you're someone who wears eyeglasses, obviously we want to choose something that looks good on our face shape and enhances our features. Just because something looks good on someone else does not mean that it will look good on you. So just something to think about here. I think at the end of the day, you should find something that works on you and your features and enhances your face shape and works with the rest of your face. But I would recommend choosing something that's not too outdated or aging you like crazy. So guys, that is all I have for 7 things plus a bonus tip men do that make them look a little bit older. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. Again, this video is not that serious. Take what you need, leave what you don't. This is just me offering up help to any guys who want it. If you don't care about looking older, no worries at all. We are all going to age. We are all going to get older and get wrinkles and gray hair. At the end of the day, I really believe that aging is a privilege. I feel lucky every year on my birthday to be getting older and to have that privilege. So aging is better than the alternative. So do with that what you will. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.